is the KCIWLP Curry County radio program. If you are listening, hopefully you are in some beautiful tropical country or anywhere in the world, because this is a global podcast that is available online, kciw.org/quality living, or you're listening on air to 100.7 here in the Curry County. Either way, we appreciate you and thank you so much, listeners. And we thank our sponsors for all their generous donations. Donations keeps the music on, it keeps our shows happening, and all the editing that Tom does and all the behind-the-scenes actions that happen from these radio producers, wrong subject. And the equipment, these beautiful microphones that I'm speaking into, it all takes power, energy, time, and that usually equals money. So thank you for providing your donations. We are always accepting more. Give a call to 541-661-4098. Make your way into the station here on Chetco Avenue. Speak with any of us radio producers. Where's that film coming from? I don't know. Maybe because we're about to be doing video podcasts. Anyways, thank you, listeners. I'm Amanda Whittemore. This is the Quality Living with Peaceful Support program. And here on the show, for anyone who's just tuning in or new, we just take a couple of minutes, a quality moment set aside, uninterrupted, to really turn up the sound, sit down with a nice bowl of soup or your favorite pet and brush them for the whole time because it's a quick show. It's a half an hour. It's actually 25 minutes or so. Anyways, we love it that you're listening, and we have guests of all calibers, all walks of life, whether they're nutritionists, architects, pastors, yoga teachers. We've had almost everybody in here. We're working on finding the rest of them. And today we are very grateful because we have a music producer amongst many other talents. We have Aaron Mystral. Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Like I was saying, the power just went out here.
Okay, and here
I'm sitting in the dark.
Let's Oregon, sitting in the dark. Yes, still with Wi-Fi and phone powered up.
Yep, phone's still on.
Okay, all right. So if anything weird happens, listeners, that's because Aaron Mystral, the music producer, is sitting in the dark in Celeste, Oregon. But hopefully we'll make it through the next couple of minutes here.
I think we'll be all right.
Okay. Beautiful. Well, we have purposely invited you onto the show. Some of our guests call in and they request to be on. A lot of the times I reach out and find certain guests for special reasons. And you will be a guest here in Brookings, Oregon pretty soon. Actually, really soon.
Yes. Yeah. I will be playing Ecstatic Dance on the 5th of next month, March 5th.
March 5th. Ecstatic Dance. I'm going to do everything I can. We have other shows ready to air. However, I'm going to pull the reins and rearrange my special magical board here and just pray that we get this show out there on time.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good. Well, tell Brookings, Oregon and our global audience a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name's Aaron. Mystral is just my artist name. And I'm an electronic music producer and DJ. Have been for over 15 years now. Got started a long time ago. I do other things too. I'm a writer. I'm creating a short story project called Tales from the Nexus, which is an audio, video storytelling experience that I'm working on right now. Have yet to release that. I'm really excited about that. And I'm a cook and a chef.
A cook and a chef of which type?
Lots of things. I've worked in Japanese restaurants, Mediterranean. I've done large scale catering. It's more what I do for money to support my artistic and creative endeavors, although cooking can be creative. It can be.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're going to have to invite you back with the intention of having a dinner or so.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, as far as the music, which is, I think, why I'm on here talking today, since I'll be DJing there. Yeah, like I said, I got started a long time ago. I moved to Sedona, Arizona after my house burned down in Mount Shasta, Oregon, about 20 years ago. My family's house. And so that kind of took me away from Mount Shasta. And so I moved to Sedona and lived with some friends who are DJs. And we would throw events all around Flagstaff and different parts of Arizona. So I was just a kid, of course, probably 19. I would work the door. I would set up the sound equipment. I would do things of that nature. And then eventually that kind of led me into, producing and DJing myself at about 21.
Nice. Very natural, getting the experience, finding your way through the chords of, your life's purpose.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I actually started, I'd say, doing hip hop. I started as an MC, I guess, as a rapper. And I was in some groups in Mount Shasta, one called the Digital Misfits, which was just a bunch of us local kids recording and doing shows. And then that kind of led me to just doing more electronic. And I kind of quit rapping and just started doing more, like, I guess, psychedelic or worldly type of electronic music that I do now. But yeah, all started from hip hop.
Nice. KRS-One would be proud to hear that. So with your music production and when you DJ, what percentage would you say is your own personal creation of raw, pure, just Aaron Mystral music?
That would depend. When I do ecstatic dances, generally I curate a set with primarily other people's music, just more of a DJ set, and there might be a couple of mine. But if I'm going to, like, say, play a festival or something where the promoter has booked me for my music, then I'll play an original set.
Ooh.
But with ecstatic dance, it'll mostly be just a few of my tracks probably mixed in. But generally just a standard DJ set.
Okay, well, here's a big fun activity that's just percolating Brookings, Oregon, and Curry County and all the surrounding global international participants. We will show up March 5th and we will listen to Mystral and we will see if perhaps he is the one we're looking for, an ecstatic dance DJ for June 28th, 2025. It'll be 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. outside at the Azalea Park with lights and action and fun and just dancing under the stars in the grass with our shoes off. I'm not sure if you'd be even available or if that sounds like something interesting to you, but maybe that would be.
Does.
Okay. Nice. And so when you're in Siletz?
Yeah, Siletz.
What exactly do you do normally?
So Siletz is a little Native American reservation town, just inland of the Central Oregon coast, of Newport. So I recently moved here about 6 months ago from Ashland, Oregon, where I'm more based out of, where I've lived mostly off and on for the last probably 15 years. Essentially, I moved back here to the family land. We have this beautiful piece of land that my grandma owns, and I basically moved back here to help take care of her and just to be present here. So it's been really nice. It's beautiful land, 30 acres of forest. There's many dwellings, and we have really amazing spring water that just comes out of the tap and out of the ground. So it's really a beautiful place to live. And just I'm closer to family and just helping take care of my grandma right now.
Okay. So is grandma alive and kicking? She's going strong, or is she at end of life?
She's doing great.
She's doing great.
Oh no, she's doing great. She's just getting up there in years, and she's
just needs
got a lot
extra
of life in her.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
The more family, the better. Yes, she's doing awesome.
Very true. And so, talking about quality of life, and that's kind of one of the questions we have here on the program is, what does quality living represent to you?
Yeah, I mean, just going back to what I said, I suppose, spending time with family is definitely quality. Health consciousness, of course. Just taking care of your body and mind and spirit is important, and those aspects of yourself.
Right.
And then, like I said, just being back here, it's been a slower pace. Not having my community that I'm used to in Ashland, and not doing as much as far as doing shows or being out. But it is very quality because I'm spending quality time with my grandma and just being here with family. So, yeah.
Sounds very sacred and very intentional, and just like you were saying, very present.
Mm-hmm.
How about, what is your most favorite part about being alive?
Well, there's certain, I guess, just joy
Yeah.
to sum it up. Yeah. So, whatever I'm doing that I know brings me joy, I think is really the key to how I want to live my life. Because we do a lot of things all the time that don't really bring us joy, but we have to do them, and it's fine. I mean, the struggles are a part of it all too. I mean, you can't just have a life without struggle, then you won't grow. But yeah, I'd say my favorite part of life is doing the things that bring me joy, art, creating. I know when I have a good day of writing, right now I've been focusing on my writing and not music production. And I know that, finishing stories and getting these stories out there is really bringing me a lot of joy, to tell these stories to the world. And so, yeah, I guess the short answer, just whatever brings you joy, I think is the best part of life.
Beautiful. Very nice. And how about if the listeners here on Quality Living with Peaceful Support Program, if they wanted to get in touch with you, listen to your music, see your art, what do you have available for them? How could they find you?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find me. So Mystral is spelled Mystral. So Mystral with a Y. You can find me on any listening platform. You can find my professional releases through Merkaba Music, and the other labels I've released on. So yeah, anything Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, whatever is your preferred, or soundcloud.com/Mystral Music. That's the easiest way to listen. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So I would normally give a sample or a taste, what have you. However, we really are looking forward to seeing you in person at the Grange. And so we're very thankful for the Grange for having us once a month, each first Wednesday, for an ecstatic dance activity. Just, do you want to say a little bit about what exactly is ecstatic dance to you?
Yeah, I think it's good we're talking about this because not everyone knows what ecstatic dance is, or, what the difference is between ecstatic dance or a show. So ecstatic dance is really, I think, kind of taken over in popularity versus throwing standard shows or electronic music DJ events. And I think the reason is because of the intention behind it. So I remember when I was growing up and we used to throw a lot of shows at bars or what have you, and you get a real mix of people, right? Like you're throwing a show at a bar, so you have your people that come and want to dance, but then you also have the people that are there to drink, that are there to sit around. You have kids coming up to you asking if they can request a song, and you have to explain that you're not a request DJ, So ecstatic dance is really great because people come to dance, and as a DJ, that's what you want. You want people that are there to dance, and it creates a much more inclusive container for everyone there. And there's a much better experience. Definitely, I can tell you as a DJ, of course. But ecstatic dance is, there's some rules and some things that are there for a reason. Just like, if you're going to talk, take it outside of the dance space, and, just practicing consent. And usually there's, an opening, closing circle where people can share a little bit about themselves or what they have going on, or how they felt during the dance. And yeah, it's really great. It's a really great formula. And I think that's why it's really risen in popularity.
So when we say no talking on the dance floor, like let's say we're dancing with a group of people, or we're dancing next to somebody and we have something super funny, or this energy or emotion or something, this thought, this memory comes up, and we want to like blurt it out like we normally do in a bar or any other normal like festival activities where we're just talking. And it's, believe it or not, as much as we want to be explosive and allow that voice to come through us, it's best to step off the dance floor, because it's actually disruptive to the people that are in their own fields, their own energy, their own thoughts, and everyone's really there to share that sacred space. So physically talking on the dance floor just kind of like, it's like almost creating a traffic jam. Like when you have a flow of traffic going, it's like people may think it's not that big of a deal, but it really is. So we really appreciate people stepping off to the side. We have a specialty section in the Grange devoted just to that time and space to have a little chit chat. But yeah, the uninterrupted devotional amount of time that also the music producer gets to provide this flow of energy, this symbiotic, how would you call it, like a buildup that happens to alleviate all different emotional courses that are happening in each individual person, is such a relief. It's such a gift to experience.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, we like to invite people to have their shoes off, just because it feels good. And then for people who do have their shoes off, then when if any people have their shoes on and they step on our feet, it sucks. But that's the biggest reason. But also it's a sense of connectivity, like especially when we do outdoor ecstatic dances, to just be part of the earth, and just, I don't know, it brings out that inner child that we forget about sometimes. But yeah. And so do you see yourself in any for length of time, or do you have a vision, a program, any upcoming shows?
I see myself in Celeste Newport area for the summer for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now I haven't been working. I've just been helping take care of my grandma and working on my art. And then when summer picks up and the tourist season picks up, I've got a chef job lined up in town, and I'm just gonna work, and then make some plans. And I certainly don't see myself being here that much longer, but I'm gonna appreciate it while I'm here.
Yeah. Very good. What actually brought you into music? I know you mentioned something about getting into the underground scene or doing shows when you're about 19, kind of getting into practicing setting up sound and finding your chords. However, what age were you? What really brought you into the music scene?
Oh, I mean, so I guess, I pivoted from doing hip hop to doing what I do now, which is the Mystral. So if you check out my music, it won't be hip hop. It's more of a psychedelic bass music, world music style. And so basically, I mean, I I started going to festivals, the West Coast festival scene, and I wanted to create something that was, kind of what was kind of standard for what a lot of people like in that scene and what I like, which is just bass heavy, a little grimy, but also bringing in a lot of ethereal and psychedelic elements. But yeah, what got me into music? I mean, I've always loved music. I was a big rocker. I'm still a big rock enthusiast and metal enthusiast, believe it or not. And yeah, my family's just a music family. My dad was a big rocker. He was in a bunch of bands, and yeah, it's in my blood, I guess.
Right. Nice. Very good. Then the story writing you mentioned.
Yeah. I'm really happy to drop this. So how did I only got into this about a year ago. I've always had these stories that have came to me. Sometimes they've come to me in dreams. But my mom has always been a storyteller, and she used to read me like Norse mythology as a kid, and she really into like more mystic storytelling and stuff. And so I think that's my mom's side of who I am. So I don't know what it was, I just decided I wanted to do this project, and I wanted it to be audio narrated. I didn't want to write, and be like, here, read this, because I know people's attention spans and where people are at. So I wanted to create like something that's digestible and easy and accessible for people. So everything that I write is audio narrated. And so I have about 8 stories. They go through mythology, the original stories, but they have elements of gods and mythology. There's some mystery. There's some kind of ghost story one that I have. So I kind of go all around the board and just testing where I'm at as a writer, because it is new to me. So I've really jumped headfirst into writing this short story fiction. So I'm really happy to share this to the world, and whenever it's finished. So
okay.
No rush.
Do you have like anything in front of you, like a sentence or two, or any like little sneak peek?
I'm afraid I don't. That'll have to be saved for another time.
Okay.
It's still in the top secret formula process. It's kind of how I am. So
okay.
Like I said, I've only been doing it for a year. I've been producing music for 15 plus years. So this is really a new avenue for me. So I'm not quite ready I don't feel as comfortable sharing it with the world quite yet.
All right.
But it is called Tales from the Nexus, and it is short story, audio, visual experience. So.
And where would our listeners here on the Quality Living Show be able to find that?
You can't yet. That's the thing.
So they can email you about like those who want, because we have so many gamers and so many story, like role play, cosplay, like Brookings HarborCon is a big deal. And
okay, I do have some finished, and if people email me at Aaron Mystral, just my name, AARON MYSTRAL.
Can you do that one more time? One more time.
Sorry, Aaron Mystral at Gmail. AARON MYSTRAL at gmail.com. I will send them one of my stories if they email me. Absolutely. Yeah. I have been sending them to people. They're just not out on public yet. But absolutely, I'm totally happy to share. So
rad. Very good.
So there we go.
That's most kind of you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of, we call that peaceful support right there, listeners.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to.
Sweet. Magical. Okay, well, and anything else like that really stands out or that's like important that we forgot to say to the listeners about ecstatic dance? Like, some people say like certain things happen afterwards or before. Like some people can't even make it. Like they get so excited and then they just can't even show up. Or like, there's anything that you want to like kind of.
Yeah, show up on time. That's it. It's because people show up late, but usually they don't go over it. And so the DJ sort of creates this wave, they build the energy up and then they bring it to this point, and then usually they drop it and like bring it back up again, and then ground out in there. So there's this wave. of the energy. And that's
Okay.
generally what ecstatic dance is, what their DJs kind of try to do. So if you come in and you're not on time, you might come into like the most raging part of their set, you know,
Yeah.
and you will have missed that, like, you will have missed out on the experience of kind of being built up to that.
Right.
So it might be a little bit like shocking to come into, and I'm not going to lie, I throw down pretty hard. So it will be a lot of bangers.
Yes.
I will try to build up to it, but that's where I have my fun. So there'll be a lot of bangers.
Oh man. I'm gonna have to send out a super special invite now. Now that I know the scoop. Yeah, well, it sounds to me like basically the ship sails at 6:45. If they're not on the boat at 7, they're gonna have to jump in the ocean and try to catch you. Is what you're saying?
That's a good way to put it.
Perfect.
I say that's accurate enough. No, but it'll be fun either way. So
Good. Good.
maybe we'll be able to go a little longer. Who knows?
We probably will. I think we've been pushing it to like 8:30, but we're not. I mean, I would just said that on the air, so that's what's happening. Okay, good. So yeah, we're literally but at the same time, that doesn't mean show up at 8 because we're not.
Right.
We're done. We're done at 8:30 on the dot. Like music is off. It might be 8:15. It might be 8:30. So just to respect the neighbors. And to respect the Grange. So, yeah, show up 6:45, 7 o'clock.
Show up on time, you know?
Yeah, on time.
If you can't show up right on time, try to be close. Because, yeah, a lot of times people don't. And I feel like, you know, they will miss out. So
right. It's like showing up to the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Well, Aaron, we're super glad and super thankful. And everyone in the area, we get to meet Mystral in person March 5th. Thank you for your time today.
I'm very excited. Thank you so much for having me, and I'll see you on the 5th.
Groovy, man. All right. And you just give a call or text anyway. Thank you, listeners. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.